can see, our samosa sheets are ready. Now we'll start with the filling. So we have approximately 920 grams of potatoes, somewhere between 920 to 940 grams potatoes, boiled and peeled. We have a spice mix here that we'll just go over with you. I'll also give all the details into the comments and description below. So what we have is, we have approximately 5 grams of fennel seeds. We have 5 grams of cumin seeds. We have 5 grams of brown mustard seeds. We have almost a quarter teaspoon or 1 to 2 grams of ground turmeric. We have again same amount, 1.25 grams or a quarter teaspoon of red chili pepper. It's organic red chili pepper. It has a kick to it, so if you want less, you can use less. And then we have just crushed fenugreek seeds, almost a quarter teaspoon again, 1 to 2 grams. And then I have coriander seeds. I don't have fresh coriander, so that's always preferred. But if you don't have fresh coriander, you can always use coriander seeds. So I have approximately again 5 grams of coriander seeds. If you're using minced fresh cilantro, you may want to use 2 to 3 tablespoons of that. Approximately it will be around 10-15 grams, and I'll give that in the details as well. So that's the spice mix, but we'll be putting more stuff into the filling. We will add some lemon juice. It's almost 8 grams roughly. We will put frozen peas. We'll thaw them and put them, again approximately 100 grams of that. You can reduce it, you can totally eliminate it. Some people don't like it, some people like it, so I've kept it in there, but it's totally optional. And then you have approximately 150 grams finely chopped onions. So it's almost 1 medium onion, or somewhere between medium to large onion. And then you have 3 medium cloves of garlic finely chopped. You can make a paste if you want. And you have same amount of ginger root. You can again chop it if you want. You can mince it if you want. We have 1 teaspoon or approximately 5 grams of salt. And we have 2 small to medium green chilies finely chopped. So that's what we have, and we will be using roughly 40 milliliter, roughly around 3 tablespoons of oil that we'll be using to fry our or saute our filling. So friends, for the potatoes, the consistency we're looking for is very rough. We don't want them to be like mashed potatoes. They don't have to be smooth. They're going to be a little bit rough, little bit lumpy if you will, but smaller lumps. So you see my potatoes are fully boiled, so all I'm doing is gently pushing them downwards with my fork, and they're crumbling, and that's all I need. I don't need to break them down or mash them too much. You want them to have those small lumps in there. So all I'm doing is taking this fork and pushing them down, not with a lot of force, and as you can see, they are almost becoming what I need. Now while we're sauteing it, if I find any larger chunks, I'll break them down again, gently pushing them down. There are no hard pockets in these potatoes. They have been boiled thoroughly, and they are ready to go. So all we need is to start frying this. So let's get to that. So our oil is heating. Those 3 tablespoons or 40 milliliters of oil that we talked about, it is heating, and by the look of it, you can tell if the oil is very viscous, it's still cold, but the moment it comes up to the temperature, it starts getting very thin. And you can see from the consistency here that it is ready to go. So what we'll do is we'll add our spices first, and just toast them for literally 10 seconds before we start adding our onions. So it's about, just to make them a little bit aromatic. As you can see, it's nice and aromatic. And now we'll start adding our onions. We'll just start sauteing the onions and the spices. They already look really beautiful. We don't want to burn the onions. We don't want to turn them into a little bit translucent and then golden brown without burning. Now at this point we'll add our salt. We'll not add our ginger and garlic yet. We'll just add a little bit of salt. That will help onions release their moisture and cook properly. So I'll just mix it all in. It already smells amazing in here. And that's why this silicone spatula, that's my most favorite and trusty one. I love it because it is so versatile. You can saute stuff from it, and it doesn't retain any odors, and it's heat resistant. And you might have seen me making yogurt and treating my milk, working in my milk with this. So it's very, very versatile. Now what you want to do is you want to have an equal thin layer of your onions touching the pan, so they all have equal opportunity to be in contact with the bottom of the pan and saute evenly. So we have been sauteing our onions for 5 to 7 minutes. That's how long it takes for them to soften and start turning the very first shade of red, and that's your sign. So at this point we will it's on low to medium heat, as you can see, and at this point you just add your ginger, garlic and your chilies if you're adding them. If you're not adding them, you can totally skip that out, but I like a little bit of spicy samosa, so I added that in. Now you will just mix that in, make sure it just works in, and again just saute it for 30 seconds. That's all you need to do. At this point, it's been 30 seconds since we added our ginger, garlic and green peppers. Oh, it smells so awesome. This is the point that you will start adding your potatoes. Now it's best if you let the potatoes cool down a little bit so they're not cooking anymore, because they will continue to cook if they're hot. So it's good to let them cool down a little bit, aerate them a little bit. At this point we'll just add them all into our pan and again mix it with all the ingredients. You want to make sure that it's a homogeneous mixture, and we'll do that every time we add something. We'll make sure that everything incorporates properly with each other. So as you see, I'm doing it gently. I don't want the potatoes to turn into mushy consistency. So what I'm doing is I'm gently folding them in, also making sure that if I find any larger lumps, I just gently break them down. So our potatoes are all, as you can see, all nice consistency, not too mushy but not too lumpy. This is the time where if you want to adjust the seasoning a little bit, you can do that. At this time we'll also add our peas. So this is the time where you add your peas and just gently, you don't have to cook your peas completely. Remember, this will also cook inside the samosas as well once they're being fried or air fried. So you don't have to make them very, very soft right in the mixture. But we'll apply a little bit heat to it in terms of cooking, and then we'll let the mixture cool down. So just few more, like 30 to 45 seconds of continued cooking, and our mixture will be ready. So I tasted the filling and it's awesome, except that it probably requires a little bit more seasoning. So what I'm going to do is I'm just gently sprinkle a little bit more salt, because it needs a little bit more salt in there. Remember, you're going to have a little bit of salt in your crust as well in the samosa sheet. So we don't want to overdo the salt. We want to keep the little bit light on salt so it doesn't become too salty. So friends, our beautiful and delicious filling is ready. Now I have transferred that into a bowl. Once it stops steaming, I'll put a little plastic wrap on it and keep it in the refrigerator to completely cool down, approximately for 1 hour. You can try and aerate it outside and then cool it down that way, but that is your choice. If you're in a hurry, you don't have to put it into the refrigerator. Just gently go aerate the mixture, and you see how I'm just gently doing it. you can do that, but be careful not to turn your mixture into a mushy mess while doing that.